Hey, what's going on? Kind of hesitated to make this video because it's, well, you'll see why. There was actually some good things I wanted to mention in this video. Is I've been messing with the wastegate a little bit more, and I think I got it where I want it to be, at least for now, until I can tune the car. And the interesting part is now, after adjusting it pretty much where it's at now, the car actually boosts all the way to where it used to before, 25 psi or so, and then come down. But there's no knock. You know why? Because the way I have it adjusted, what's happened is it will not build boost. It will not build that much boost until you are pretty much at the top of the RPM range. So by that time, fueling has already kicked in. It's already gotten really rich. You know, because of so much fuel on the stock tune, it actually works really well, and it's, you know, it's nice. It pulls nice up top. And I've already taken a data log here, and you can see where the boost comes in pretty much at the shift. It's up there. Realistically, I could definitely raise my RPM and pick up power. Because now, at least the way it's now, it's building power up top. It ain't so much that like really just intense torque in the mid-range. That's not really there anymore. Though that's kind of what made this car fun, like these EcoBoost engines fun, is that like mid-range punch. That's also what that just really intense torque in that mid-range is what messes things up too. Technically, it's safer. Yeah, you'll have more power, you know, doing it the other way, but it's safer to run the cars this way, rely on the RPM for power, and not just ram in a bunch of boost at, like, you know, 4,000 RPM. You know, now it's more like a turbo car, you know, nothing, there it is, all the way up at the top. So it's kind of a different experience. Kind of want to show you how the car was running. That's going to be something I'm going to do here in a second. Once traffic clears up, Jesus, it's 3:50 in the afternoon, and they want to do road work. They've already repaved this road. Now they're paving over it again. Why? Make it make sense. They literally have just spent months repaving this whole road all the way down, and now they're going back over top of it. I don't understand. Why? Why are we wasting tax dollars repaving over a freshly paved road? Make it make sense. And I kind of wish I remembered that this was backed up, because I would have went a different way. But here we are, waiting in line of traffic, which, yeah.
One eternity later.
Okay, so just making a turn onto this road here. Now, what I'm planning to do in this video is kind of give you a POV, what I saw, what I experienced in the best way possible, just kind of showing you what I experienced the day this car went boom boom. So I was going this way, you know, where I live in this area of Florida, the county pays for free trash drop-off at these facilities, which is right behind this fence. So you bring your garbage here. It's like a collection site. Then they take it off to the main landfill. It was really hot that day. It was like, I don't know, 100 degrees. And it actually was sitting in line waiting at that place for a while. So the car got really, really heat soaked. The reason why I emphasize that is I think that had a lot to do with what happened that day. Anyway, I decided, because I was gonna make a video, I was going this way. This isn't the way I usually would go home, but I was going this way because I wanted to do a pull just to see something for a video I was going to be doing. So, you know, I had the car in drag strip mode. I come down here, I make a right, and this is just an alternate way I can go home. You know, I'm having fun. I got the car in sport mode, drag strip mode. I'm manually shifting, and then I think it was like right around here, I had the RPMs right about that, and this is what happens. I roll into the throttle, and like 90, I didn't even get that far in RPM. I heard all kinds of crazy stuff, and it happened so quick. It was like, boom, and then clunk, 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 clunk. Car lost power. At this point, I was just coasting, trying to figure out what the hell happened. I'm trying to remember where I pulled off. Somewhere down around here. I think it was like right here between these two mailboxes, or maybe just after this mailbox before this pole, like right there somewhere. I coasted, and that's where it was, and it happened that quick. Yeah, a little PTSD from that. Oh man, I just wanted to show you that. I've been kind of wanting to make this video and been hesitating, but that's what happened. I mean, the car is running decent now. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of positive knock on the knock sensors, but it's like 1 or 2 degrees. But I also hear something rattling under the car, so I think that's false knock. Because I don't hear audible detonation, which is good. Not to say, you know, you're getting any, but I don't hear it. Not like it was. It's got a lot of power. It screams. It's a lot louder, I guess because the wastegate door is still more open. Right now, I'm just gonna punch in auto mode. And it runs pretty good. I think I'm hitting a torque limit on the car actually, because like in that pull, I felt it just kind of like I just felt it pull away power. So I think I'm hitting a torque limit. This is where tuning's gonna be a thing, obviously, because the factory torque limits are gonna prevent me from pretty much making any more power than what the car is thinking it's gonna make. And obviously, this engine's gonna make more power, not only because of the camshafts, but more power is gonna get through it because of the less rotational weight due to the balance shaft delete, yada yada. But it runs pretty good as is. Like I said, it doesn't feel as torquey or punchy perhaps as the old engine, but it definitely feels pretty strong up top. Yeah, there's definitely something rattling under the car. I can hear it. I think it's something to do with the exhaust. I'm not really sure. It's rattling around and it's definitely creating some just unwanted vibrations and sounds. But, you know, the knock sensors are picking it up, I believe. And if you ask why I think that, it's because in my log that I've taken, the knock sensors they went up to like a +1 before boost really even got in. It was just with RPM. So that tells me it's not boost, you know, it's just something RPM. And then actually it dropped down 0.5 degree when boost hit its peak. To me, that's false knock. All right, home sweet home. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a peek under the hood. You know, of course now, anytime I have a little fun with the car now, I get like super, what's the word? A lot of anxiety, so I always have to come in here just to make sure everything looks good. Oh, look, my engine is still here. I just wish I knew what it was this rattling around. Oh. Huh. I don't think that's it, but that's got to get fixed. Yeah, I think it's under the car, and it sounds metal. It doesn't sound like plastic rubbing around. It sounds metal. So I don't really know what it is that's rattling around down there, but I do think it is something with the exhaust, like with the mid-pipe connection. Like even having a peek under here, it's kind of hard to tell anything, if anything is loose. But my guess is I think it has something to do with that right there. At some point, I'm gonna have to get under the car and just make sure everything's nice and tight. But so far, so good. It's running a lot better now. Obviously, I'm not really beating on it too much. I'm still taking it easy. I haven't really been driving it hard at all, quite honestly. Just because I'm so fearful now of something going wrong. Created a lot of anxiety. Like I can't even just enjoy the car without worrying about something going. So that's kind of a bummer, you know. I hate feeling that way. Every time you get into it could be your last, you know. Like that's not a great feeling, especially when it's a car that you buy to enjoy. But I don't know, it is what it is, I guess. At least I know it hasn't and isn't going to do anything stupid and everything seems fine. Definitely gotta get a tune so I can figure that stuff out. And to be honest with you, what it's doing, like what it just did, like it feeling like it held back power, it did that with the old engine. That's nothing new. It does it up top. It does it like when you are picking up speed, you got a good amount of speed going, you're going through the shifts. That's when it does it. That's when you feel it kind of just pull back. Usually like at the top of, I don't know, 5th gear or so, you know, and you're approaching 3-digit territory, the car feels like it slows down. And I think that's what's always hurt this car's ability to actually get a halfway decent quarter mile time, because it will do great for the 8th mile, but then on that second half, you feel the car just kind of like slowing down, like it's just pulling itself back. And I think it's just a torque limitation on a stock tune. Get rid of that torque limitation, the car should maintain that power you know, past that limit. And with that, I've actually been looking around, and I think I'm gonna go with the HP tuners. What is it? The MP4 or something like that. I think that's what I'm gonna go with for my tuning device with this car going forward. I think it's a very attractive solution. Price point is just right. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm going with that. Yeah, I guess. But that's going to be a little bit down the road. I'm still catching myself up here with the amount of money I just shelled out to fix this car. Like, I was already kind of in. No, I wasn't kind of in. I was in. I still am in. But I was in a tight spot financially. And basically, the YouTube money I was getting each month was what I could use, or some of it. I could, you know, put some of it away towards projects and stuff, and that's what I was using. For a little while there, actually I had to just put it towards the bills because it was the only extra money I had coming in at the time, but thank God it was there. Like I said, I'm waiting through the holidays to go by so I can get the car up to Maryland in one piece and back, and then we can look into testing some things in the car, like checking for that back pressure on the turbo and getting things tuned. By then, I should be a little bit better financially, just a little. If you're wondering, like, how can you be so financially, like, messed up, Kirk? During this whole year, I decided to make a very radical career change. It's taken pretty much a whole year to get to the point where I'm going to potentially make money, hopefully, as long as everything goes well. But essentially, when the car, Buster, got into the accident, when I ended up sliding into the tree, I didn't really have much I could do then. You know, I tried to do what I can, you know, to make content, didn't really work out, so I ended up spending a lot more time reinvesting myself into a whole nother career. My sister, who is a licensed real estate agent in Tennessee, talked me into getting my real estate license here in Florida. I took her up on it, and she was nice enough. She's like, if I give you the money to do the training, will you do it? And I'm like, yeah, I will. Because it's 63 hours. 63 hours. It doesn't sound like a lot, but oh, trust me, it is. It took me 6 months, 5 to 6 months, to fully go over that 63 hours thoroughly and retain that information. When the car was in the shop, body shop, getting worked on from the accident, I was taking that time and learning my real estate. And then I finally get the car back. Didn't even have that long, and then it blows up. All while I'm doing this, I'm also getting my real estate license. Like in July, when the car blew up, it was beginning of July or the end of June, beginning of July, something like that. I think it was actually the last week of June. I was scheduled to go take my test to get my real estate license, like in that week or couple weeks. I was planning to go, and then the car blew up. So it derailed a lot. It pushed things back. Mind you, while all this is going on, I'm still working like a part-time with my YouTube money. That's what was paying the bills. So I had time to put into learning the real estate, and then, you know, finally went and took my test, passed it, got everything together, and, you know, it's been a process. I had to find a broker to work for. That's been a process. Doing training and all that, it's been a process. All while I'm sitting here in this garage piecing together the new engine for this car with the money I barely have, and if it wasn't for the sale of the Fiero, I would never have been able to do this. This year has been very busy behind the scenes, and I haven't said anything until now about it. With that, I'm gonna just throw a shameless plug in here. If you are interested in moving to the Central Florida area, you know, let me know. I can definitely help you out, or if you're looking to get out of the Central Florida area, I can help you there. If you are looking in Tennessee as well, like I said, my sister, she does Central Tennessee, Nashville area, so I could always hook you up with her too, so she'd be great. That's kind of where we are with things, and that's kind of where I'm at with things. This gives you a little bit more context of what's been going on behind this camera, because it's been a lot. It really has. That's why I have all this extra gray hair. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but especially on this side, it comes in pretty good. It's been tough. It's been a tough one. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here for this video. I do want to mention before I end this video, I'm working on another video on a better way for car enthusiasts to protect their car in the case of, you know, something like I experienced with the engine, and, you know, as an alternative to a car warranty. So I'm working on that video sometime soon, so always keep a lookout for that. It's gonna wrap it up here for this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with everyone you know. If you want to see more content like this and you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Keep a lookout for next Karz Created video.